Hey baddies, welcome to another Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. Today I have messages from Lucifer as he's come forward and has a few things to say. So I'm going to be pulling cards and channeling his energy today. So I was a little on the fence if I should call this an Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot, but of course he was like, well, why wouldn't you? If people are offended, then the message just really isn't for them, now is it? So, you know, there you go. So, if this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, it's so good to have you. I hope you will find this video helpful. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, it's always good to connect with your energy. All right, so let me shuffle this up a couple more times. I'm feeling like that one more. Gonna knock it around. Okay. I'm gonna take 3 cards. All right. Dark Father, what is your message for the collective that is watching this video? What is your message? Okay. I got 3 cards that flipped, so we're going to take them. And the first card I see is Cycles, number 42. Accept responsibility for your circumstances if you want your future to change. Continue making efforts to end a cycle that has persisted throughout your life. We have Combine, 32. Remember to surround yourself with people who are beneficial to your soul. Progress is progress, no matter how modest. This would be a fantastic time to combine forces. And we have Patience. Well, fuck, we don't like this card, Lucifer. We could do without that card, Big Daddy. Okay, we have Patience, 23. Give yourself time to consider what is best for you. Be careful not to be hasty in an attempt to get everything done at once. Focus on self-improvement for quickening the results. I feel like I just got read to filth by my father. Okay. Like for real. I do. That Patience card is just what? Okay. And this feels like a little bit of like tough love here. Because I feel like for some of you, let's kind of move you guys down a little bit. Whoops. Whoops. There you go. That was fun. That was a fun ride, wasn't it? Okay, so I feel like some of us are resisting change just a little. And it feels like some of us are being just a little stubborn. Just a smear, just a tad bit, right? And it's okay. You know, change is hard. And it is listen, some of us are very strong-willed. Okay. And even positive change can be difficult. And the thing is, you have to really get into why the change is difficult. Is it because I feel like for some of you, this is positive. This is a positive change that's trying to manifest in your life, and you're resisting the rebirth. You're resisting the end of the cycle, like the transformation of the phoenixing experience. You've burned to ash, and it's time. It's time. Some of you guys are just like on fire, but you're refusing to kind of like turn into the bird. You know what I'm saying? Like you're refusing. You're just like, I'm gonna burn for a while. I'm just, I'm going to sit here and burn for a little bit longer before I burst into the flames of a phoenix. You've already been reduced to ashes. This is self-immolation. This is like you becoming self-illuminated and kind of staying in this energy of Some of you guys are either moving into an energy where you're going to be like a little shocked with your self reflection and the things you start to really notice in your life and within yourself. Um, and that might be this like energy I'm feeling of like kind of refusing to rebirth. It's almost like I'm not refusing. I just can't believe this shit is happening to me. Like, I can't believe I'm finally here, or I can't believe all the stuff I've been through. It feels like almost I can't believe moment. Or some of you guys are just fucking stubborn. Okay, I'm getting that from Lucifer. Like, some of you guys are in the can't believe moment, which you kind of get a pass on that. But some of you guys are just fucking stubborn. Okay, and it's time to combine. It's time to transform. It's time to leave this cycle. Okay, it's time to open a new portal. This is the Oracle of Portals. Okay, now here's the thing. It's also not the time to be hasty. So you have to really, in the past, when you've been impulsive, it's not going to work this time. This time is about you feeling your way through the process. I know some of you guys might be cringing a little bit. It's okay. Feeling your way through the process. Okay. Really feeling it and being really engaged with the process and it being happy, it being a happy process. A lot of you guys haven't had happy transformations. Yeah, like you get moments of like, yay, happy, happy, but the whole process has been very painful. I feel like this end of this cycle begins a whole new way of you transforming, and it's going to be extremely positive. And I feel like the insight you're going to get on yourself and your life and this illumination, this divine illumination of the truth of reality is really going to blow your mind, a lot of you. And it's also going to illuminate many golden pathways, many time strands, if you will. Some of you guys are like connecting with the higher vibe of this reading. So you guys can kind of feel what I'm saying with like time strands or the concept of multi-dimensionality. Sorry, my tongue's heavy, y'all. I'm doing the best I can. All right. So let's see what portals, what time strands, that's what we're calling it, okay, are opening with the cycle ending. So tell me what is the promise here? I'm feeling like promise. These are promises. Tell me about this. We have freedom 44. Ooh, that feels good, doesn't it? Ooh, this has such good, beautiful energy, y'all. Freedom. We have transformation 33. We have 44 and 33, you guys. Okay. Okay. Top one? No, the bottom. Okay. We have 14, independence. Woo! Freedom, transformation, and independence. Boom. It's just like, I can feel the energy just kind of like vibrating off the table. It's powerful when we end these long cycles. Now, for many astrological signs, I think the cardinal signs are, it's the cardinal signs? I think it's the cardinal signs. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. Could be the fixed signs. Anyway, they're ending like a 15-year cycle. And if you have like any of those in your natal chart in powerful places, you may be affected by this. So it's a lot of people ending like a 15, I think it's 15 or 20 years. Sorry, I can't remember exactly, but you know what I'm saying. So there's a lot of us ending powerful cycles right now. And it's time to let that cycle end. Some people aren't quite in the rebirthing state. They're lingering in the past cycle a little bit because the truth is, no matter how hard that cycle was, no matter how difficult and painful it was, it's familiar. And we get really comfortable in very miserable situations because it's familiar. Our shadow, our darkness gets real familiar. And once we really start healing and moving forward, it can get real scary. That unknown, even though it feels good, can be overwhelming. It can be intensely scary. The doubt, the baggage, because we all have that astral debris from healing, those doubts, those worries, they creep in and they can really anchor you down. And that's part of like moving forward out of a cycle. That's part of leaving the past behind. That's part of moving forward, is understanding that you're going to have some of that debris and you're going to become more and more aware of it as you move forward into the new cycle. You'll feel it. I'm seeing like a vision of like a golden type energy that seems to be in a spiral. And as it's moving, I'm seeing dark debris just come off, like float off in a very smooth way, not in a chaotic way, not in a way that in any way affects the golden light, but in a way that actually allows the light to grow more sharply, more brightly, more intensely, and in itself it feeds the light. So it's very positive the way the shaking off of the debris happens. It feels very smooth. It feels like it allows the transformation to happen in a way that is not chaotic. Okay, we're going to pull from the Mystery House. Tell us about this freedom, this independence, this transformation. What's the experience going to be? What's the freedom? What's the independence? We want to know. We want to know more. Tell us more. Okay, we have hidden secrets. We have games, player in and out. Okay. I feel like part of this is you're getting free of people and places and things that no longer serve you. I think people who mean you harm will come to the surface. You're going to know. You're going to know clear as day. You're going to know who is not meant for you, who doesn't have your back, and you're going to get true freedom from this situation. I want to make sure they were all upright. Tell me about the situation with the hidden secrets and the player in and out. Tell me about the situation. Dark Father, tell us about the situation. Tell us. We have the Four of Swords. I'll show them to you in a minute. We have the High Priestess. We have the Magician. Woo! We have the Eight of Coins. I can just feel the energy in this deck. We have the Ace of Coins. This is Lucifer's deck. This Vlad, the Impaler deck. Wow, this is like a lot of energy. We have the Magician and the High Priestess together. And it feels like I feel like you're going to see through someone's bullshit, like very clearly. Part of this is you're going to get free of someone's bullshit, someone who's bullshitting you or has been bullshitting you. You're just going to know. You're absolutely going to know without a shadow of a doubt. And I feel like once you know, it's not going to be like a long kind of drawn out thing. I think it's going to recover very quickly. I think you'll recover from it very quickly, whatever this is. A situation. Now, some of you guys, this could be a pattern of your own behavior that is kind of creating a blockage in your own life. I feel that lifting as well with this. I feel like with this in and out energy, I feel like if you haven't been able to be committed to yourself or to some kind of goal or some kind of dream here, or you haven't been able to commit in a relationship, or you haven't been able to commit to yourself, whatever this is, I feel like you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be free from whatever restricts you from being able to commit to yourself or to the things you want to commit to. I feel like with this Magician and this High Priestess also feels to me like divine counterpart energy, very magical energy. This is like two people who are very in flow with their spirit. Okay, this is a couple who could be also extremely gifted. You both could be in the craft or something like that as well. Definitely feel like children of Lucifer here. Both illuminated energy. These could be an infernal couple as well, like infernal counterparts, which is a whole other type energy. But I feel like there is, with the Eight of Coins, I'm feeling like there is a level of self mastery here that's coming from this experience. And I feel like part of the resistance here is because I feel like you feel it on some level, and you know that one, it's like this threshold feels like a major one as far as like spiritual and physical, emotional, financial evolution. To those of you who have stayed with this video this long, I feel like this is not just one area of your life. I feel like this is going to affect many areas of your life. And because I feel like it's true change. It is the kind of healing, the kind of self mastery that comes from somebody who has consistently worked at their issues, someone who has consistently sought to be triumphant in their personal battles and their wars waged. Um, and I feel this energy of someone who has not given up. Like you are not a quitter. Um, and it seems to be like, yes, it has been slow moving. Yes, you've had to kind of, at times with this Four of Swords, you've had to take rest from it. This has been a difficult battle. It's been a difficult struggle. It hasn't been easy. But with the Ace of Coins here, I feel like there's a new day, there's a new dawn, there's a new life kind of energy. Um, and I feel like there are beautiful things manifesting. And one of the most beautiful things is there's a true sense of freedom here. It's not the kind of freedom you can buy. It's not the kind of freedom that, you know, you can experience from some kind of place you go to. It is an internal freedom of the soul, of the mind, where you're no longer caged by programming, where you're allowed to think outside the box in such a way that you begin to see how you can use your powerful mind and spirit to begin to work your will into the world. And you understand the illusionary state of it all. It is becoming the master magician to a degree, the high priestess, high priest, both of these things really. It's a balancing of masculine and feminine energy. It is becoming unity consciousness, yet maintaining balance of the masculine, the feminine. This is someone who's probably healed a lot of divine masculine wounds, maybe a father wound or masculine wound, or has healed mother wounds or divine feminine wounds or feminine wounds, or both. You know, some of us have both because there's a level of independence here that only certain levels of healing bring in. And in order to get to this level of independence where you understand that although the traumas of the past did happen and they absolutely affected your life, you are no longer bound to them as the victim, as much as you are emotionally enslaved to what happened. You understand it happened. You have emotions at times that will come up, situations. You may need counseling and therapy and things like that. But you understand that the situation that happened, it no longer enslaves you. It no longer holds you ransom because you have entered a state of healing. and you understand that as healing goes, healing is about self-empowerment. Healing is about knowing who you are. Healing is about taking your power back. Um, and in no way does this devalue your victim status, because you will always be a victim of what happened to you. But it no longer cages you. You are no longer ashamed of it, and it no longer shackles you to the abuser. They're no longer getting fed still by it, because you have done work. You have slayed the beast, so to speak. You have freed yourself from the parasite, so to speak. Or you're in works to do that. You're moving through it. Whatever your trauma is, whatever your situation is, that's a level of self-mastery where we say, hey, these things happened, but I'm no longer enslaved to it. I'm no longer captured by it. They happen. They affected me this way. I seek healing, therapy or whatever it is. And I have learned these methods to cope, and I go about my life. It's powerful when you can do those things, and you can apply that to whatever. And many of you are in process of doing these things. And we're not saying, as far as like trauma and things like that, this is not about forgiveness. We're not focused on the need to forgive here. That implies that you owe the person who harmed you, you owe them some kind of something energetically, and you don't. You don't owe them anything energetically. You don't owe them forgiveness. You don't owe them anything. Remember that. Always remember that. People say forgiveness is, you should forgive. That's the path to healing. But I say the path to healing is being authentic in your emotions. And there are some things that you can do to a human being that a human being will struggle with forgiveness of. It doesn't mean that person is not healed or healing. And so let's normalize that. Let's normalize that sometimes we don't get closure. Sometimes that's your closure. Everyone's pathway to healing is very different. And some people have a rougher road to it because they don't get closure, and they kind of have to find their own way to deal with the realities of their situation. As long as we are practicing self-care, as long as we're getting the care we need to be healthy, that's what matters. As long as we're taking care of ourselves. But energetically, you don't owe the people who traumatize you, you don't owe them forgiveness. Okay? A lot of people will have issues with that, but I don't care. I don't fucking care, and neither should you. Because they're not the ones who walked in your shoes. They're not the ones who've lived your life. They have no idea of the trauma and the side effects of what you've had to live through because of what happened to you. So it's none of their fucking business. All right? You have many beautiful things to look forward to, and it's very important that you allow this transformation, this rebirth. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you allow it to happen? Well, look back at your journey. Look how far you've come. Look at all the times the universe has supported you. Your guides, Lucifer, Lilith, whatever you work with. Look how they've supported you to get you where you are now. Do you think they're going to drop you now? This is the moment where, when you've watched all the tarot readers, and they pull the Fool and they tell you you have to jump. This is your leap. You're leaping towards faith. You're going to allow the rebirth to happen. And you're going to allow yourself to get excited about it. You're going to put energy into it. You're going to commit to your rebirth, to your transformation. And by opening yourself up, your guides, your ancestors, and you're going to ask, what is my pathway to transformation? What is my pathway to bursting into a bird, to a phoenix? What is my pathway of rebirth? Illuminate me. Illuminate the pathway of rebirth. And you will get guidance. It will be very clear. Ask Lucifer. He will show you the pathway to rebirth for you. Absolutely. That's why this is coming forward in the first place. Is so those of you who are confused about it can ask him. It's a positive energy. Lucifer is a very positive energy. He's a light bringer, illuminator. He helps you with self-illumination. And pathways and gates are one of the ways we can visualize working towards different levels of illumination. So be open to asking your spirits for guidance. Ask them for help. Ask them for what you need. And give them offerings. Have a conversation with your spirits, because as we move forward in this energy that we have going on at this very weird time on the planet, the veil is extremely thin. I mean, get ready for Halloween, y'all. It's going to be fun this year. Weirder and more strange things are going to continue to happen. Your spirits are all around you. All you have to do is ask them for help. Start giving them offerings. Start talking to them. Start utilizing your psychic ability more. Start learning to trust yourself. Because your inner vision is the pathway to walking your path of illumination, of self-illumination, of self-transformation. It's within you. It's not outside yourself. You are the answer. And that is exactly what Lucifer illuminates, the path within you. And many times the path begins with something you're curious about, that you may feel weird about following up on, for whatever reason. It could be like you judge yourself for that, or you have some kind of religious taboo or something like that. But it's always something that might make you feel a little weird. Follow the weird, as long as it's legal and all that good stuff. Follow your curiosity, because that curiosity could lead you to something that really hits home with you and helps you open up your pathway. All right? Okay, guys, that's what I got for today. I hope this resonated. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot and messages from Lucifer, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies next time. Bye, guys.